Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm with the Muncie Public Library. And today we're going to be talking about role-playing in terms of like Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPGs. So the first thing you gotta think about when you're doing role-playing is that you're not yourself, unless you are putting yourself into a different universe. But you're growing up in a completely different environment. There's no really any technology. They have different customs, different cultures. You might even be a different type of being. Like you could be an elf, you could be a dwarf, you could be a dragonborn or a tiefling. And all of these things kind of make who you are as a person. And role-playing kind of really depends on the character and not so much what you think, but what the character thinks. Like, you could read the entire monster manual and know exactly what everything is. But your character might have never seen what you're encountering before. And you have to keep that in mind. So some things you might want to think about when you are trying to come up with your character's personality and how they're going to interact with the world around them are things like, what do they fear, or what's things that's happened to them in the past? Like, if they were in a burning house as a child, they might be scared of fire. So how are they going to react when an enemy starts breathing fire at them? Are they going to be scared and kind of like shy away and stay into the back of the party? Or are they going to go in and just charge because they want to just get rid of it as fast as possible? So you can think about, like, maybe what's a character's perfect afternoon? What do they like to do for fun, to relax, to pass the time? Because that will give you like those little itty-bitty things inside of a character that really make them who they are. Like, do they like to go fishing? Or do they like to just hang out around town and shop and see the sight? Things like that. What's something that your character might regret? Do they have like a deep regret of not saving someone when they could have, and so they want to save every single person possible? Or do they regret not telling someone something, so they want to always speak what's on their mind no matter what, because they might not get the chance to do it later? And what's something that your character might be proud of? Do they really like that they're good at sword fighting, and so they boast about it all the time? Or are they really proud of their ability to cook, so they just want to cook the party tons of different things and feed people? Think about your character's childhood. Did they have friends? If so, who were they and what were they like? If not, why didn't they have friends? Like, what was going on in their life as a childhood, because that shapes who they are now? Or what was their relationship with their family growing up? And what is their relationship now? Is their family still alive? And how do they interact with their family? And what does that mean for them now as a person? Other things to think about are like, what does your character think about when they are alone? When they are alone, getting ready to go to bed and staring up at the ceiling, what do they think about? Do they think about every mistake that they've ever made? Do they think about everything they regret? Or do they think about, man, today was such a good day, I'm going to fall asleep, and tomorrow's going to be awesome? Are they excited for the next day? Are they nervous? Because those thoughts also might come up throughout the day and throughout the things that they are interacting with. Some other things to think about are like, so what are some things that your character hates? Can they just like absolutely not stand certain smells, and so they just leave whenever they smell that, or they want to find the source and destroy it? And how do they react when they are around something they hate? Because likely your character is going to encounter something that they don't like. How are they going to react to that situation? On the opposite side, what's things that your character loves? Do they absolutely adore animals and they have to pet every single cat they come across? Or do they love coin and absolutely just need to collect all of the money that they can? Or shiny things, and they just collect things? How do they react when something that they love is taken away from them? Do they get angry or do they get sad? Just think about what your character would do rather than what you would do. Because your character can have complete opposite likes and dislikes than you. You get to be someone else. You get to put a character that you've made into a universe that you are telling a story about. And it doesn't have to be anything like you. You can be anything you want. You can have any backstory you want. It's all up to you. In D&D, your character has certain classes that they are a part of. Are they a rogue? Are they a fighter? Are they a paladin? Are they a cleric? So what kind of cleric? Are they a life cleric, so they just want to keep everything alive and try to bring life among everything? Or are they a trickster cleric and they like being mischievous? Or if your character's a rogue, do they sneak around a lot? Do they steal things? Do they kind of just like hide back in the shadows and not really talk to anyone? If your character is a fighter, do they just go in and just start swinging swords, ask questions later? So think about how the way that your class plays and bring it into your character's personality. Like some classes, you have to study a lot. If you're a wizard, are you super into books because you have to read and you have to learn and that's how you get your magic? If you are a sorcerer, what is your family like? Because your magic comes from your blood and who you are and your family. If you are playing a warlock, you made a deal with something to get your magic. What kind of deal did you make? Who did you make it with? Are you bound to do something because of that deal? Do you have to obliterate all orcs because of it? Or maybe every time you see a fish out of water, you have to put the fish back in because you made a deal with a ocean god. If you want to know more about like the classes and the different races in D&D, then you can check out some materials in our collection. I know we have like the handbooks and we have a couple of other books as well, and they're really interesting and really fun to read. So you can go to our website at munciepubliclibrary.org to search for our D&D related materials, and you can also go to our calendar to find out when our next session is. All right, I'm going to Misty step out of here, and I'll see you later.